Alright, we got a pretty good viz day here. Maybe around 20-25 feet. Dive in the kelp. One of my first drops once we got into the, 25-foot range or so, and immediately I'm seeing black rockfish everywhere. I messed this dive up a little bit. I was focused too much on the fish, and I ended up bumping my head in the kelp. And as you can see, a lot of the fish went away. At least all the big ones did, so didn't get anything on this dive. Second drop here. Get down there. Normally I'm down here for a while waiting for them to come in, but there were just so many fish here, and I dropped right on a pretty good sized one, so end up taking this one home with me. Perfect stone shot there, so haul him up. One thing I've been doing lately is as soon as I shoot a good fish and I know there's a good pocket or school of them, I will try to stay in that area and I'll drop my spear. 'Cause my gun's anchored to my float, so I'll drop my spear, which sinks all the way to the bottom, and the current generally won't pull it away. So I've got a really good marker to come back, load the gun, stay in that one area, and load the gun and get another drop in and try to get another fish. So that's pretty close to exactly what happened here on this one. Get those bands cranked back, and we're back in business. You can see I've hardly moved at all. The current's pushing pretty good, but I really try to stay in that one area as much as possible because I know there's a bunch of fish there. And again, this next drop right here, I could see a fish from the surface drop down. Hate this shot, but it was a big old fish and ended up, I don't think I quite stoned it. It was right on the edge of stoning it. It was a really good fish, almost 5 pounds. So big rockfish. Happy to be taking this one home. I'm going to start looking for lingcod here. And the issue with the rest of the day that I found is I was constantly bouncing back and forth between looking for lingcod and looking for rockfish, which is, I don't do my best hunting when I'm looking for two different fish. I really just need to focus on one, but I would dive down and look for rockfish and get distracted by rocks and go check under them for lingcod, and then I would be out of breath and head towards the surface and miss my chance at rockfish. And the exact same thing would happen when I would do a lingcod dive, so I'd get distracted by rockfish. So not the greatest diving. I should have really focused on one or the other, but it was such a beautiful day. I was just enjoying the scenery for the most part. A good little dive here. See a couple fish, but nothing that I'm really interested in. This is a dive a little bit later on, and I ended up seeing a couple China rockfish here. I had marked this spot with my gun. That's why my gun's sitting there. I left my gun on the bottom because I wanted to come check out under those rocks, and it was worthwhile. I ended up seeing those China rockfish, which is pretty rare. This dive, you could see there's black rockfish packed under this rock really tightly. It's kind of cool. One thing I'm doing when I'm snorkeling on the surface is I'll see these plumas anemones down below me, and it's kind of a marker for where there's caves or spots that lingcod will hang out. So I'll hang on that area and get a good breathe up and go check it out. It's usually worthwhile. See this dive here, Just looking under more rocks. I think I spot a lingcod under this one. Yep, little lingcod sitting there. Definitely not worth my time. I think it's about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. This one was very small. One of the few that I saw that day. Didn't see anything of much size